Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show for Friday, September 7th, 2018. Welcome to another eBay video. Today we're going to be discussing your comments, questions, and concerns from last week, along with some interesting facts about Labor Day sales, best offers, and promoted listings. Hopefully you guys will find this video helpful and interesting. That being said, we're going to start off with your comments, questions, and concerns from last week's video. On bad sellers, St. Paul MN Seller wrote, Joe, I had a laugh on the Hall of Shame India puzzle guy. Somebody won the listing with 1 second left. Wonder if they will get the puzzle from India. The person who won that listing was in fact the person who sent me the information about that guy. They sniped the listing at the last minute so they would win it. After they won it, the bad seller immediately canceled the sale and refunded their money, as I predicted he would. So my subscriber then called eBay and showed them a second time what this guy is doing, how he refuses to sell the item when somebody wins it for the price, for the high bid price of 99 cents. eBay stated they were going to pursue this and act on it. Will they act on it? I don't know. But I just wanted you to know what's going on with that. Also on bad sellers, Duncan VR wrote, Joe, you should call concierge and report the Hall of Shame bitchy fitchy seller. He's just wrong and should be booted off eBay. We don't need sellers like him who lie and manipulate the system. I hate sellers who lie about the item location to eBay. All they have to do is enforce item location should be at the seller's registered address. My sales are up 67% this week, so sales are going up. I agree with him that eBay should kick that particular seller off, but it is not my place or my job to call up. Rick Mayer wrote in about a bad seller. Good show as usual, Joe. I have been selling and buying on eBay for 9 years and never had this problem. I bought a new electronic item for $45. It arrived defective, so I opened a return request. I made the mistake of buying this item from a seller that does not accept returns. Seller emails, I will send it offline. Not knowing what he meant, I emailed, what will you send offline, 3 times, and the seller never replied. I waited a few days and called eBay. They said I waited too long to have them step in, and all I can do is open a case with PayPal. I see you only have 3 days after you open a return request for an item purchased with a no return policy for eBay to do anything, even with eBay's money back guarantee. At least this is what 2 eBay reps told me. Appreciate any comments on this fitchy seller and eBay's fitchy policy. Well, first point I'd like to make there is never ever conduct any eBay business offline. It is a huge mistake. Don't do it. Nothing good can come from it. Keep all communication and transactions on the eBay platform. As far as buying from sellers that do not accept returns, well, that one's on you, sir. Occasionally, I buy from sellers that don't accept returns only because I'm buying on eBay Motors and I know exactly what I'm getting. And if it arrives broken, I can often fix the item. But if I was buying in electronics, I would never, ever buy from a seller that does not accept returns. On feedback, Douglas Taylor wrote, oh yeah, one other thing from Texas. On your feedback, I started waiting for my 30-day return window to close, and my returns have dropped to 0. Until last week. Last week I got a message from a buyer from New Jersey with peace to you, and I know the 30 days have passed. Okay, so far, so good, but the item you sold me no longer works. Now comes the juicy part. I know that PayPal has a 180-day return policy, so if you won't refund my money or send me another one, then I'll file a claim with PayPal. Geez, this is over a $5 calculator that I agreed to $4 plus shipping. Like you say, the most problems are with the cheapest sales. I refunded and blocked. If that buyer had just said, hey, it doesn't work any longer, can you work with me on this, I would have bent over backwards to help. I actually have 2 others unlisted on my shelves. I would have gladly sent him another one. But I was angered by the "peace to you" followed by threatening language. So to make a long story a bit longer, I'm considering changing my feedback policy to 180 days, even if I get feedback before that. Yeehaw from Texas, and don't be fitchy. Well guys, feedback is a tricky thing. As I've told you before, I'm not leaving feedback for anybody unless they leave it for me first, and it's been working out great for me, alright? If they leave feedback for me today, I will leave feedback for them today. I haven't had a problem with that. But I'm telling you, the days of me leaving bulk feedback for people are finished, alright? And I think most people are starting to agree with me. I never used to think like this in the early days of eBay, but times have changed, the climate has changed, so now I wait till I get positive feedback before I respond in kind. On eBay messages, 5797029 wrote, "Joe, I've been receiving messages from eBay showing me items that are in buyers' carts and advising me to lower the price. I have complied, but some prices are already lower than what eBay shows in the message. Others have already sold. I have yet to see a sale from this feature. If I can't get a sale from something already in the checkout process, why would we expect to get a sale from a watcher?" Mike. Mike, I've been getting the same messages for months. In the beginning, I actually lowered the price. I listened to the eBay directive. I lowered the price, and I have never, ever, ever made a single sale. If one of my items is in a watcher's shopping cart, that's where it's going to stay. He has no intention of buying it, in my opinion. He's simply either curious or shopping around for a better deal. On best offers, Alan Mayer wrote, "Why do you want to bet that tic-tac-toe seller wears flip-flops? But on a serious note, Joe, I hope you do report that seller. Since you have concierge, you have better communication and contact power than a seller who does not. Sadly, report an item does not work unless a lot of people report the same issue or violation. I do agree with him. Clicking the report a seller link or even report a buyer link does nothing. Does nothing." To continue, also while I'm at it, there is a serious problem with the make an offer feature. Just like the best offer feature we have had for years, when a seller accepts the offer, the item is considered sold, but the immediate payment requirement goes away. This leaves sellers vulnerable to competitors who can buy an item and not purchase, but still remove it from the marketplace for a few days. All eBay needs to do is retain the immediate payment requirement when it's selected. They just don't seem to do it. Sigh. I agree with them. Case in point, the other day I had an item listed for like $100, and a person wrote to me with an unsolicited best offer offering me $80. So I said to him, "If I lower the price, will you buy the item today?" And he said yes. I had 2 choices there. I could have either gone into the listing and lowered the price to $80, retaining immediate payment feature. I could have done that. Or I could have sent this man a personal best offer through the eBay contact system, in which case I would lose the immediate payment best offer. Okay? So at the moment I wasn't thinking. I sent him through the eBay contact system a personal best offer of $80. He accepted it immediately. Bang. So I'm looking at my sold listings and it's showing as the item is not yet paid. And then I realized, I said, "Oh, Jesus, what a stupid move on my part that was. I shouldn't have done it that way." But within 2 minutes, the buyer did pay, so I was very lucky. But what I'm telling you is if a buyer sends you an unsolicited best offer, and the offer is reasonable and you want to accept it, my opinion, and my opinion only, is to go into the listing and physically lower the price for him. If he buys it, immediate payments required, great, everything's great. If he doesn't buy it, you simply revise it back up to the $100 or whatever it was beforehand. Immediate payment is a very important feature on eBay in my opinion, and I love it. On bad buyers, Elliot wrote, "Thanks for the video, always full of useful information. I encountered a buyer last week. He opens a return saying my item was not working. I said fine and accepted the return. He contacts me saying that it's working fine and all it needed was batteries, which I explained in the description. So I said, thanks for your honesty and let me give you 50% off any item in my store. Sales were slow. He then says he wants this $80 pair of shoes, so I honored my discount and sold the shoes for $40. A few days later, he opens a return. Item did not fit. So eBay automatically accepts the return, no problem. Then he contacts me saying he wants a shipping label and to send the shoes back. I explained to him that eBay policies prevented me from doing that. Since the shoes didn't fit, he had to buy the label. I received the shoes and refunded the $40 immediately. This is the message I received 5 minutes later. Dear Cheap Shop, I really do not like doing business with you. Will not do any more in the future. I hope you choke on your $6.55. Do you even know what you're selling? The good feedback you got from me was very premature. Well, at that point, it was useless to try and talk to him since he was rude, so I reported him to eBay and blocked him. My question is, Joe, was that enough of a reason to report him? Thanks, Joe. Well, Elliot, in my opinion, I think you made a mistake early on. At the very beginning, when you agreed to accept the return, so far up to that point, everything was fine. The buyer then contacted you and said he made a mistake because he didn't put batteries in the item like he was supposed to, all right? At that point, you had done nothing wrong. You should never, ever have offered him an item in your store at half price. That shows weakness. And this predator exploited your weakness. Simple as that. That's my opinion. You asked me, I'm telling you, all right? What happens, happens. Guys, always treat your customers fairly. Give them what they want, give them what they pay for, and give it to them in a timely manner. If they want to do a return, that's fine. But if it's not your fault, you have no reason to capitulate any more than to accept the return. Now, if Elliot had sent a defective item, that's one thing. If he wants to then say, would you like an item for half price in my store? That's fine. But Elliot did nothing wrong. In my opinion, he showed weakness, and this guy sensed weakness. He swooped right in, and, well, you see the outcome of that. Boston News Garden wrote about a possible glitch. I sent an offer for an item that a seller had two of. I checked the shipping and it was the same price for shipping, $19, whether I bought one or two. Offer accepted and the invoice shipping cost was doubled to $38. Buyer claimed it was my error and instantly canceled the order, claiming I asked to, which I didn't. I checked a few of my own listings and found the shipping calculator was doing the same thing to me too on a 10-pin item. My listing shipping costs are all calculated on weight, so how could it be the same price for one as it is for three from Maine to California? Great videos as always, Mike, Boston Garden. I used a fixed price shipping fee on all my items, no matter where it's going. I basically have everything built in to ship to California, all right? Sometimes I underbid, sometimes I overbid, but I find a fixed priced shipping always works the best. It avoids any problems. I cannot say for sure whether or not there is a glitch like Mike stated, but I'm putting it out there for you guys to check on your own if you use calculated shipping. I have 3 more comments to read and we're going to get into some new topics of the day. Before we go any further, I'm taking a drink from the Fox News Cup of Life. Here is the Cup of Life. Oh, I love it. The last 3 comments. 52 Pony Bike wrote, 52 dislikes? How is that possible? No doubt all are fitchy a-holes unworthy of breathing air. Mercedes Lux wrote, looks like your fitchy person is back up on YouTube. It's Saturday afternoon around 5 p.m. You have 95 thumbs up and 38 thumbs down. Seems like that Fitchy guy has opened a ton of YouTube accounts again. And the last comment Bart Knuckles wrote, 68 upvotes, 33 downvotes. Looks like someone's hired an overseas company to do their dirty work. I'm going to comment on that really quick. As of this point, there are 66 thumbs down, or should I say Fitchy thumbs down on last week's video. Yesterday I talked to Keith about this on the phone, and do you know that a thumbs down is actually considered a good thing by YouTube? It's considered positive engagement, where our viewer is interacting with the uploader, which is me. So although he tried to hurt me as usual, Fitch tried to hurt me, he actually helped me with engagement and boosted my video in search. And because my channel is indeed monetized, that is helping me. A second bonus is because I believe he's paying an offshore company for these negative thumbs down, it's costing him money. Even if it's only 10 bucks. 10 bucks to him is like $100 to you and me. So that's a good thing. My stalker leaving me thumbs down on my videos is a relatively minor thing compared to some of the other things he's done to me in the last 6 years. Before I continue with the video, I'd like to tell you something he did to me just recently. For you guys that have been watching my videos for a long time, you probably remember that about 4 years ago, my mother died. And that particular week I could not make a video. And I asked my friend Scott Henshaw to step in and make the video for me, which he did. On that particular week, that video was negged hundreds and hundreds of times, I believe by my stalker, spending money just to leave negative feedback for that particular video. There were eBay and PayPal employees in that video, and my stalker did not like that. What my stalker did about a week ago was he published a picture of my deceased mother on his website, making a joke about her death. In addition, his confederate, a person from Clearwater, Florida named Ed Kuhn, who was also kicked off eBay years ago, made a video making mockery of my mother's death. This video that Kuhn made is 4 years old, but I have put a link in the description box below. What I did was, the other day I went onto Fitch's website using my Mac, and I took a screen capture of the site and his article, and you can clearly see the web address on top is coming from him. I was told to be sure I captured that, and I did. You will see the article Fitch wrote is heinous and despicable, and I would also ask you in the same link to just click the video that Kuhn made, which is only about a minute long. This man claims to be a Christian, and when you hear the things he says, they are just so sick and twisted, it'll make you doubt your fellow man. I really did not want to include this in the video because I like to keep this eBay related. But I was told by somebody of importance that I should mention this and get this out there in the public eye right now at this time, so I'm doing that. If you wish to leave your comments about that below, then you're more than welcome to do so. I would now like to talk about Labor Day sales. Usually on holidays I'm very slow, and I was worried I was going to be very slow this holiday, but that was not the case. I was literally booming, better than I ever expected. In fact, I'm going to do a short cutaway now to show you my sales from the period Saturday at noontime till Tuesday at about noontime. Okay guys, this was my shipping on the Labor Day weekend from the period Saturday midday till Tuesday morning. I post a picture like this each week in some of the Facebook groups, always on Monday morning, and some other sellers do it too, and we basically just compare how each other's weekend went and how many sales we had. And I don't think I ever discussed that here before, so I figured I would share this picture with you guys. So now let's get back to the video. You can see that my Labor Day sales, my weekend, was very, very good. I would like to know how your Labor Day weekend sales were, guys. Please comment that in the description box below as well if you would. Now I want to prove to you, beyond any doubt, that promoted listings work on eBay. This is great. This is just unbelievably great. So, do you ever sell something on eBay, you get a ka-ching, and you look at the item and you say, oh no, I don't think I have that item? It used to happen to me occasionally, but it's happening now more than ever, and it's my own fault, nobody else's. The thing is, I will list things on eBay in a quantity listing, let's say 5 items. Then I will sell maybe 1 or 2 on eBay. Then I will sell 1 or 2 in my brick and mortar store and forget to subtract them from eBay. So eventually I'm going to run out of stock. So recently I sold an item and I got that oh no feeling. I said, I don't think I have this. And I didn't. So I said, well, let me call up one of my suppliers and I'll just order it and have them drop ship it to my customer. But I said, you know what? For the hell of it, let me just check on eBay and see if anybody else is selling this item right now. And I was surprised. I found at least 15 or 20 sellers with the same item as me. However, do you know every one of those sellers except one had a cheaper price than me? So, wait a second. So let's say I was charging $50 for the item, okay? $50 plus shipping. When I went to check for a like item to possibly buy, I was finding them for $15, $20, $25. Half the price of what I was charging. So why would a buyer spend more money with me than less money with one of these other sellers? What is the answer? Promoted listings. I do believe conclusively, beyond any doubt, that promoted listings do work on eBay. And that right there is the evidence. I thought about making a cutaway and showing you all the items that were cheaper than mine, but I don't really have the time. It would take too long, and I really got to get going anyway. I've kept you guys too long today. Let's do a quick rehash, and I'm going to let you guys go. First item. This is very important. I'd like your comments, questions, and concerns on any of the issues I posed to you today. Whether it be returns, bad buyers, bad sellers, promoted listings, or my stalker, that mess in Michigan who works at Detroit Thermal Systems. Anything you want to talk about, you're free to talk about. I'm Crazy New York Driver, and you're not. Thank you for watching. I come out here every Friday and I make these videos to try and help you sell on eBay. If you think I'm doing a good job, please leave me a thumbs up. It tells me that I'm appreciated and that you're finding my videos helpful. If you don't think I'm doing a good job, please comment in the comment section below what you'd like me to address, and hopefully I will get to it next week. I'll try my best to do so. Of course, if you're my stalker, why he watches my videos, I don't know. I mean, the guy's obsessed with me. You know he's going to leave thumbs down, and he's going to pay to have some thumbs down. And that's taking a bite out of his wallet, and that is fine with me. Guys, I am a seller friend, not a seller critic or skeptic of any kind, and I am still making money online. And I sure hope you are too. I'm going to leave you now with these 3 parting words like I do each week. Those 3 parting words are: don't be bitchy! Yeah! Rock on, guys, and peace! And For those of you guys who stayed, who watched the video to the very end, I'm going to give you guys a bonus. A second drink from the Fox News Cup of Life. Here it is, second drink. I'm sure a lot of people bailed already and aren't getting to see this, but if you got to see the second drink, you might want to comment that in the comment section below too. Oh, I love it. This is good. This is very good. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.